The tower and glass building of Harrison or Coal Industries stood like a silent giant in the heart of downtown Chicago. During the day, the building pulsed with life, phones ringing, employees rushing between meetings, elevators constantly moving between floors. But after midnight, everything changed. The busy corporate tower became quiet. The lights in most offices turned off, the elevators slowed, and the city outside softened into distant traffic sounds and glowing streetlights. This was when Maria Alvarez's workday truly began. Maria pushed her cleaning cart slowly down the polished hallway on the 8th floor. The wheels squeaked softly against the marble floor as the fluorescent lights flickered above her. Her cart carried bottles of cleaning spray, folded clothes, trash bags, and a small vacuum cleaner. She moved carefully, almost like a shadow. After working in the building for 3 years, Maria knew every corner of this floor. She knew which doors creaked, which lights flickered, and which desks were always messy by the end of the day. Cleaning had become more than a job. It had become a habit, a quiet routine that kept her life steady. Every night followed the same pattern. First the conference rooms, then the assistant offices, then the long hallway of executive offices, and finally, the biggest office at the end. The office. Maria paused for a moment outside one of the glass windows and looked out over the city. Chicago stretched endlessly into the distance, lights glowing like tiny stars beneath the dark sky. For a moment she allowed herself to breathe. Working nights was exhausting, but it allowed her to be present for the most important part of her life, her daughter. Sophia. Maria smiled softly just thinking about her. Sophia was 8 years old, full of questions, laughter, and endless imagination. Every afternoon when Maria returned home, Sophia would run into her arms as if she hadn't seen her in weeks. Mom, guess what I learned today? Mom, look at my drawing. Mom, my teacher said I read the best in class. Those moments made the long nights worth it. Maria adjusted the handle of the cart and continued down the hallway. Earlier that evening, before leaving for work, she had watched Sophia doing homework at their small kitchen table. Their apartment was tiny, but Maria kept it warm and tidy. Sophia had been writing something very carefully on a piece of paper. Homework, Maria had asked while putting on her jacket. Sophia shook her head. No. Then what are you writing? The little girl had looked up thoughtfully. Mom, whose office do you clean? Maria had smiled. Just offices, sweetheart. But whose is the big one you always talk about? Maria hesitated for a moment before answering. The company boss. The CEO. Sophia's eyes widened. Is he very rich? Maria laughed softly while tying her hair back. I suppose he is. Sophia had looked down at her paper again, thinking very hard. Then she said something unexpected. Does he know you clean his office? Maria shrugged. I doubt it. The girl frowned slightly. That's not fair. Maria had smiled and kissed the top of her daughter's head. Life isn't always fair, Sophia. But Sophia didn't seem satisfied with that answer. Now, hours later, Maria remembered that conversation as she approached the last office on the floor. The office. A large wooden door stood at the end of the hallway with a silver nameplate. Daniel Harrison, Chief Executive Officer. Maria took the key from her pocket. Even after years of cleaning this building, she still felt nervous entering this office. Everything inside was elegant and expensive, the polished wood desk, the leather chairs, the tall bookshelves filled with business books and awards. The office felt like a different world from her small apartment. She unlocked the door quietly and stepped inside. The room smelled faintly of coffee and expensive cologne. Moonlight from the city skyline spilled through the massive windows, casting long reflections across the floor. Maria pushed her cart inside and began her routine. First, she emptied the trash bin beside the desk. Then she wiped down the glass coffee table. Next came the large mahogany desk in the center of the room. She sprayed a cloth with cleaner and gently wiped the surface. Contracts were stacked neatly on one side. A laptop sat closed near the center. A framed photograph faced toward the chair. Maria had never looked closely at it before. She worked silently, focusing on the task the way she always did. Cleaning was almost peaceful when done slowly. But tonight something unusual caught her attention. Near the corner of the desk sat a small pink envelope. It was bright and childish against the serious business papers around it. Maria frowned slightly. That wasn't here yesterday, she murmured. She picked it up. Her heart skipped when she saw the handwriting on the front. Large uneven letters written with a purple marker said, "For Mr. Harrison." Maria felt a sudden rush of realization. Oh no. She opened the envelope quickly. Inside was a sheet of lined paper decorated with tiny crayon hearts. The handwriting was unmistakable. Sophia's. Maria read the letter slowly. Dear Mr. Harrison, my mom cleans your office at night. She thinks I don't know but I do. She works very hard and comes home tired every morning. Sometimes she falls asleep on the couch before breakfast. I just want to say thank you for giving her a job. One day I will become someone important too so she can rest. From Sofia Alvarez, age 8. Maria covered her mouth as emotion rushed through her chest. Sofia, her daughter must have slipped the letter into her bag when Maria wasn't looking. The innocence of the words made Maria's eyes fill with tears. But fear quickly followed. What if the CEO saw this? Executives didn't like personal letters appearing on their desks. He might think Maria had put it there herself. She might lose her job. Maria quickly folded the letter and slid it back into the envelope. I should take it, she whispered. Her hand hovered over the cart. But something stopped her. The letter was so sincere. So full of gratitude. It wasn't a complaint. It wasn't a request for money. It was simply a child saying thank you. Maria slowly looked around the spotless office she cleaned every night. For 3 years she had quietly cared for this space. Yet the men who worked here probably had no idea she even existed. Maybe Sofia had simply wanted him to know. After a long moment of hesitation, Maria gently placed the envelope back on the desk exactly where she had found it. She finished wiping the desk and vacuumed the carpet. Before leaving, she glanced once more at the pink envelope sitting quietly under the office light. I hope you understand, she whispered softly. Then she turned off the lights, pushed her cart into the hallway, and locked the door behind her. Maria left the building shortly before dawn, tired but ready to go home and make breakfast for Sofia. What she didn't know was that only an hour later, the CEO himself would walk into the office, and the first thing he would notice on his perfectly clean desk was a small pink envelope written by an 8-year-old girl. The morning sky over Chicago slowly turned pale blue as the first light of dawn touched the glass towers of downtown. While most of the city was still waking up, Daniel Harrison was already walking toward the entrance of Harrison or Coal Industries. Arriving early had become his habit. For years, Daniel believed success came from discipline, waking up before everyone else, working longer hours than anyone in the company, and making decisions before the markets even opened. The security guard at the front desk nodded respectfully. Good morning, Mr. Harrison. Daniel returned a polite nod. Morning. His footsteps echoed through the quiet lobby as he walked toward the elevator. The building still felt empty at this hour, long before the rush of employees would arrive. When the elevator doors opened on the 8th floor, Daniel stepped out and walked down the familiar hallway toward his office. The carpets were freshly vacuumed. The glass walls shined without a single fingerprint. Everything looked perfect. It always did. Daniel had rarely thought about why. To him, it was simply part of the building's routine. Things were clean because they were supposed to be. He unlocked his office door and stepped inside. The first rays of sunrise filtered through the enormous windows behind his desk, painting the room with warm orange light. Daniel placed his leather briefcase on the desk and set down his coffee. Then he noticed something unusual. A small pink envelope sat neatly on the corner of the desk. He paused. It looked completely out of place among the neatly stacked reports and business contracts. The envelope was simple, clearly written by a child. The letters were uneven but large and determined. For Mr. Harrison. Daniel frowned slightly. He picked it up and turned it over. There was no company logo. No stamp. No official marking. Just a small heart drawn in purple marker. Curious, he opened it. Inside was a folded sheet of notebook paper decorated with tiny crayon hearts. Daniel unfolded it and began reading. At first his expression remained neutral. But as his eyes moved slowly across the words, something changed. The letter read, Dear Mr. Harrison, my mom cleans your office at night. She thinks I don't know but I do. She works very hard and comes home tired every morning. Sometimes she falls asleep on the couch before breakfast. I just want to say thank you for giving her a job. One day I will become someone important too so she can rest. From Sofia Alvarez, age 8. Daniel lowered the paper slowly. For a moment he simply stared at the desk in silence. The office felt strangely different now. He looked around the room. The polished wood desk, the spotless glass windows, the perfectly vacuumed carpet. Everything had been cleaned sometime during the night. Just like every other morning. For years, yet he had never once wondered who did it. The letter rested in his hands like a quiet reminder. Somewhere in the city, a woman had spent her entire night making sure his office was perfect before he arrived. And her daughter had noticed. Daniel leaned back in his chair and stared out at the rising sun. 3 years earlier, his life had changed in ways he never expected. His wife, Emily, had passed away after a sudden illness. Before that, their mornings had been filled with laughter, breakfast conversations, and plans for the day. Now his mornings were silent. Work had become his escape, his habit. He stayed late, arrived early, and filled every hour with business decisions. It was easier than going home to an empty house. But the small letter had quietly broken through that routine. Daniel looked at the child's handwriting again. One day I will become someone important too, so she can rest. He felt a tightness in his chest. A child shouldn't have to think about things like that. He pressed the intercom button on his desk. A moment later his assistant answered. "Good morning, Mr. Harrison." "Angela," he said calmly, "who cleans this floor at night?" There was a short pause. "The cleaning service, sir." "Why do you ask?" "I'd like the name of the person assigned to this office." Angela typed quickly on her computer. "One moment." After a few seconds she replied. "It appears the employee responsible for the executive floor is Maria Alvarez." Daniel glanced at the letter again. "Is she here now?" "No, sir. The night shift left about an hour ago." Daniel thought for a moment. Then he said, "Ask her to come back this morning." Angela sounded surprised. "You want to meet with her?" "Yes." There was a short pause. "Of course, Mr. Harrison." Daniel ended the call and placed the letter carefully on his desk. For the first time in years, he delayed opening his laptop. Instead he simply sat there thinking. About habits, about work, about the invisible people who quietly supported the lives of others, and about an 8-year-old girl who had taken the time to say thank you. 2 hours later, Maria Alvarez stood nervously outside the office. Angela had called her earlier that morning just as she arrived home. "Mr. Harrison would like to meet you." Maria's heart had nearly stopped. Now she stood holding her small purse with trembling hands. Angela gave her a reassuring smile. "Don't worry, go ahead." Maria knocked softly. "Come in," a voice answered. She stepped inside slowly. Daniel Harrison sat behind the large desk. The pink envelope lay beside him. Maria's heart sank. "I'm very sorry, sir," she said quickly. "If this is about the letter." Daniel raised his hand gently. "You didn't write it." "No, sir, your daughter did." Maria nodded nervously. "She's 8. She didn't mean any trouble." Daniel picked up the letter again. "Trouble?" He shook his head slightly. "This may be the most honest letter I've received in years." Maria looked confused. Daniel stood up and walked toward the large window. "For 3 years," he said quietly, "someone has cleaned this office every night." Maria remained silent. "I never thought about who that person was." He turned back toward her. "Until today." Maria lowered her eyes. "It's just my job, sir." Daniel walked back to the desk and placed the letter down gently. "Your daughter thanked me for giving you a job." Maria nodded softly. "She's proud of it." Daniel smiled faintly. "And she should be." He opened a folder on his desk and slid a document toward Maria. "This company was built on the power of habits," he said. "Working hard, showing up every day." Maria looked down at the document, unsure what it meant. "But your daughter reminded me of another important habit." Maria looked up. "What's that, sir?" Daniel tapped the letter. "Kindness."